Morning. I'm going to do another baseball game this morning. Sorry, still dealing with a cold or something. Um, I'm trying to rest as much as possible. But I'm up for a while. And this is again, well, I guess you wouldn't have heard me preview the pitchers for this at the end of yesterday's broadcast, but it was Reds and Dodgers. And Dodgers have Andy Messersmith against Jack Bellingham for the Reds. The lineup for the Dodgers, leading off playing second base, Davey Lopes. Batting second, left fielder Bill Buckner. Hitting third, center fielder Jim Wynn. Batting cleanup, catcher Joe Ferguson. Batting fifth, first baseman Steve Garvey. Hitting sixth, right fielder Willie Crawford. Batting seventh, playing third base, Ron Cey. Hitting eighth, the shortstop Bill Russell. And batting ninth, the pitcher Andy Messersmith. For the Reds, leading off, playing left field, Pete Rose. Batting second, second baseman Joe Morgan. Hitting third, the catcher Johnny Bench. In the cleanup spot, first baseman Tony Perez. Batting fifth, center fielder Cesar Geronimo. Batting sixth, right fielder Ken Griffey. Batting seventh and starting at shortstop in this game is Darrell Chaney. And batting eighth and playing third base is John Vukovich, with Jack Bellingham behind the plate. On the mound, batting ninth. I'll probably misspeak several times dealing with this cold. Defense behind Bellingham from left to right in the outfield, Rose, Geronimo, Griffey. Infield from third to first, Vukovich, Chaney, Morgan, and Perez. And bench behind the plate. I'm not sure what day of the week this was. It was kind of looked like a Sunday lineup for the Reds. This was only their second game of the year. Reds, anybody didn't see the first game, did win that one. I think they'd kind of come back in that one, but it was 5-4. All right. Already get going here. It's turned on the TV. I don't know if anybody's in chat yet. Lopes, Buckner, and Wynn. 2-6. Ground ball to the third baseman Vukovich. One down. Here's Buckner. 4-6. Single for Buckner. One on, one out. Here's Jim Wynn. Ground ball to Morgan at second. Buckner will get to second, but the batter Wynn is out. Runner in scoring position, 2 out for Ferguson. Geronimo had quite an arm out there in center field. Three, 5. Pitch by Bellingham. Strikes him out. Bottom half of the first. Messersmith. Defense behind him from left to right in the outfield. Buckner, Wynn, and Crawford. Infield from third to first, Cey, Russell, Lopes, Harvey. I don't think I shared the screen or anything yet this morning. Yeah, my head's all clogged up and forgetting to do half the stuff. Morning, Dave. Here, I'll have the game window open here in just a second. There it is. I didn't move the camera down. All right. Rose, Morgan, and Bench. 6-7. Strikes him out. Oh, thanks, Michael. Yeah, it started coming down with it on Friday. Seems like it's been moving along pretty quick. Hopefully, I'll feel a lot better tomorrow. Let's see. 210. Fly to right. Crawford is there. 2 down. Here's Bench. Yeah. 2-4. Ball forward to Bench. Let's see. Perez. Bench. We'll see if he can get a lead here. Three, 7. Pitch by Messersmith. Strikes him out. Through 1 inning. 0-0. Garvey, Crawford, and Say. Garvey, 3-6. There's a single in the left. 2 hits now for the Dodgers. Willie Crawford is at the plate. 6-7. Ball 4. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. 2-1 for Ron Say. Ground ball left side. Cheney picks it up, throws to Perez. Both runners advance. Runners on second and third with 1 out for Bill Russell. Pitcher's spot due up next. Five, 9. Grounder to Morgan. His play to Perez. Garvey scores. Crawford in at third. An RBI for Bill Russell. Dodgers lead. Here's Messersmith. Let's go all the way from there. 6-7. And he slaps a single into left, and Crawford will score. So Andy Messersmith helps his own cause. Dodgers lead by 2 now for Davey Lopes. Wow. All right. 5-8. Popped up on the right side. And Perez has it. Bottom of the second. It'd be Geronimo, Griffey, and Cheney against Messersmith. 1-6. Ground ball to the second baseman, Lopes. 1 away. Here's Griffey. 4-8. Ball 4 to Ken Griffey. Brings up Cheney. Let's see if Griffey can get a lead. Nope. 4-9. X chart. Grounder towards the left side. Russell up with it. And out at second. Turn to first. Double play. 6-4-3. On to the third. 2-0 Dodgers. Buckner, Wynn, Ferguson. Buckner 3-8. Grounder to Cheney. 1 away. Here's Wynn. 1-5. Ball 4 to Wynn. Second walk allowed by Billingham today. Ferguson. 1-6. Base hit up the middle 5 Ferguson. Wynn stops at second base. First and second, 1 out for Garvey. Garvey has singled and scored. Or 7. X chart again. Grounder to Morgan. To Cheney to Perez. A 4-6-3 double play. And so the Dodgers are set down in the top of the third. It'll be Vukovich, Billingham, and Rose. (3-8). Nope. Grounder to Russell. Fires to Garvey, 1 away. And here's Billingham. 5-7. X chart roll. Grounder to Lopes. Toss over to first. 2 down. Here's Rose. Fly ball to right. Crawford is waiting for it. He makes the play. We'll go to the middle innings now. It's 2-0 Dodgers. Crawford, Say, and Russell. 2-8. Ooh, a ground ball on the right side. It got by Morgan into the outfield. And Crawford is going to get a double out of that. So he's at second with nobody out. Hit number 5 for the Dodgers, and here's Ron Say. Another X-chart play. Uh-oh. Grounder hit toward the first baseman, Perez, and he can't make the play. He bobbled it, and Say is safe. An E3 on Perez. Crawford at third. Runners on the corners with nobody out for Bill Russell. Bill Russell grounded out, driving in a run. His first time at the plate. .210. Uh-oh. Pitch by Billingham and a base hit for Russell. Crawford's going to score. Say will stop at third, and it's 3-0 Los Angeles. Bill Russell with another RBI. And with nobody out, Andy Messersmith steps in. Corner's playing in. Messersmith shows the bunt. But it's not a very good one, and it's picked up by Perez, who throws to Vukovic for the out. So Russell gets to second, and Messersmith reaches on the fielder's choice. Here's Lopes. 1-4. Grounder to Billingham. He turns and fires to second. They get Messersmith on a force out. Russell gets to third, and Lopes now is the one who reaches on a fielder's choice. For Bill Buckner. And there's a fly ball to right. Griffey hauls it in. But another run for the Dodgers. And they're up by 3. Reds will have Morgan, Bench, and Perez due up. Morgan 0 for 1. Pitch by Messersmith. Strikes him out. 3 strikeouts for Messersmith. Bench walked earlier. 4-11. Let's see. Next chart, 19. Oops, 11. Chopper back to the pitcher, Messersmith, and now he makes a misplay on that ball, and Bench is going to reach. It's an E1 on Messersmith. One error on each team. Perez struck out earlier in this game. Bench jumps. He's running, and he's going to steal second base. He stole 11 bases that season in 11 attempts. They never caught him. Unusual for a catcher. Five, 7. Next chart. 9, 11. Ground ball to the right side. Lopes will have it over to Garvey. Out number 2. Bench goes to third for Geronimo. 1-4. The pitch and the base hit, the first hit of the game for Cincinnati, and Geronimo has an RBI. Bench comes in, 3-1 ball game. And Dave cheers. Ken Griffey has walked already today. One, 4. Split roll. Line sharply, but Garvey makes the catch. But a run scores a hit, an error. And one left. Sorry about that. That won't be the last time I have to grab a tissue. Wynn, Ferguson, and Garvey. Ground ball to Vukovic at third. Throws over to first, one away. Here's Ferguson. 3-3. Ground ball to Morgan. And 2 quick outs here in the top of the 5th. Here's Garvey. The pitch. Wide left. And Pete Rose will make the catch. A quick top half of the 5th inning. People are getting a little bit of a momentum swing here. Cheney, Vukovic, and Bellingham do up, however, for the Reds. Cheney is 0 for 1. He hit .219 during the season in 1975. Popped up on the left side of the infield. The shortstop, Bill Russell, calls for it. There's out number 1. Here's Vukovic. 0 for 1. And that's is that a 1? Yeah, it's a 1. Fly ball into center field by Vukovic. How about that? He has a hit. Extra base hit, in fact, a double, as Jim Wynn was unable to track that one down. And Wynn has a terrible arm. So here's Billingham. Can he help his own cause like Messersmith did? Split roll. Oops. And a base hit into left. Buckner will come up with it. So the third base coach tells Vukovic to hold it. Runners on the corners, one out. He might have been able to score there, but they're playing it safe. Rose 0 for 2. Well, the bottom of the order not doing too bad for the Reds here. Both pitchers have had a hit now, right? Yeah, both pitchers are 1 for 2 at the plate. Rose 0 for 2. 5-8. Fly ball by Rose, center field. Wynn underneath it. He'll make the catch. Vukovic will tag and score with ease. Sack fly for Rose. It's 3-2. Reds are chipping away like they did in the first game. Morgan 0 for 2. 0 for 5 on the series. Pitch by Messersmith. Strikes out Morgan. We are through 5. It's 3-2 Dodgers. Crawford, Say, and Russell. The 6th inning is the potential point of weakness inning for Billingham. Doesn't mean he will be, but it's potential. 6-10. Ground ball back to Billingham. Flips it over to first. 1 away, and here's Say. One 5. Billingham strikes him out. That's 2 strikeouts now for Billingham. That brings up Russell 1 for 2. Split roll. Liner right to Morgan. 3 up, 3 down in the top half of the 6th. So it'll be Bench, Perez, and Geronimo. Bench has walked and reached on an error. Plus, he has a stolen base today. 2-8. The pitch by Messersmith. And Bench crushes it to left. No doubt about that one. That one is in the seats, and we are tied at 3. Johnny Bench unloads on one. 3 unanswered runs now for Cincinnati, as they are building a picket fence up on the scoreboard. Brings up Tony Perez. 2-5. Strikes him out. Brings up Geronimo 1 for 2. 1-3. Fly ball, looper into center, and Wynn has it. 2 down. Here's Griffey. Walked and lined out. X chart. Draw ball. Say gobbles that up. Throws it to Garvey. 2-6. We're on to the late innings, but the Reds have now tied the game at 3 on a solo blast by Johnny Bench. Messersmith to lead off the top of the 7th. Bellingham is still on the mound. Messersmith lines it right to Morgan. Here's Lopes, 0 for 3. 1-8. Split roll. Lopes gets a single up the middle. And that'll bring up Bill Buckner. And now I got to see if I want to make a substitution here. Wow, a lot of options here. All right, yeah, Griffey's coming out. Merv Rettenmund is going to come in and play right field. And they'll bring in a relief pitcher in number 7 spot. Which might be Carroll. Yeah, Clay Carroll. Clay Carroll's coming in the game. Hey, Rob. Still dealing with this little cold I got. All right, so Clay Carroll is now pitching. I put him in the number 7 spot. I took Bellingham out of the 9 spot, and I removed Griffey from the game and Merv Rettenmund is now the right fielder. Buckner 1 for 3. What happened to Alex Riley? Fly ball to Redmond. Lopes tries to get a lead. He doesn't. Jim Wynn open to get a pitch he can drive. Oh. Fly ball to Vukovic. Hopefully you didn't hear that. I muted myself while I blew my nose. All right. Bottom of the 7th, it's Cheney, Vukovic, and Redmond. Cheney 0 for 2. 3-3. Pop fly on the left side of the infield. Russell. 1 away for Vukovic. 1 for 2 with a double. 6-7. Well, guys, you think this is going to go to extra innings or somebody going to score? Strikes out Vukovic. Redmond. That's 6 strikeouts for Messersmith. Pretty good total for him. 4-9. Next chart. Ground ball sharply hit, and that finds a spot where Russell has to play kind of deep on it, and he is unable to get Redmond. The Dodgers are going to score? Okay. Redmond has a 2-out single. Here's Pete Rose. 1-5. There's a single for Rose. Redmond's going to go from first to third without a play. And here's Joe Morgan, who has been hitless in this series thus far. He's got a walk, but 0 for 6. Messersmith still out there battling. J.R. Richard. Well, yeah, I mean, that was it. You know, he ended up being a dominant pitcher a couple years later, but yeah, that was something. I didn't expect him to only last 2/3 of an inning. 1-8. Ball 4 to Morgan. The bases are now loaded. A rally that has started with 2 out. Now the bases are loaded for Johnny Bench. And if you weren't here when Bench last stepped into the batter's box, he launched a solo homer to left center field, and that tied the score in the 6th inning. He's also walked and reached on an error by Messersmith today. Three-two. The pitch by Messersmith. Liner right to Russell, but that ends the inning. They made a threat, made it kind of interesting, didn't score. We go to the 8th. Tied 3-3. Clay Carroll still on the mound for Ferguson, Garvey, and Crawford. No, I'm not bringing in the closer. For one thing, it's tie game. 6-10. Ground ball to the third baseman, Vukovic. There's an out. And that'll bring up Garvey. How many Vukovic's were there? There were 2, weren't there? Was it John and George? Garvey 1 for 3. 5-4. Four. Oh yeah, Vuvo Kitches. Huh? Rob's drunk. He can't. He just typed his lunch order in the chat. 2 down for Crawford. No garbage though. 1-8. Ground ball to Vukovic. And that ends the top half of the 8th. Messersmith will face Perez, Geronimo, and Carroll, which might be a pinch hitter. Perez 0 for 3. Pete, AJ George, and Tom. Grounder to Lopes. 1. Tom. This is John here. And what sports are Pete and AJ? Or any of those? George was baseball, I think. Rob must be in Bizarro world this morning. They're to base it up the middle. I don't remember hearing a Pete and an AJ. What sport were they playing? Were they race car drivers or something? Okay, well, you're going back then. I'm thinking back to like the 70s and the 80s. Let's see, the Reds are going to pinch hit here. Yeah, I might remember a Pete. But I still don't remember AJ. Oh, well, he's young then, AJ. All right. Dave Concepcion, I think I'll. Well, he can run into a lot of double plays, though. So does Foster. Yeah, Dave Concepcion's going to pinch hit for Carroll. The Sod Poodles. I think I've heard of them before. Reroll on that 20-sided die. Again. 17. It's kind of hard. It was setting on an edge. What do we get here? Grounder to Lopes. Feeds it to Russell on to Garvey. A 4-6-3 double play. On to the 9th. Well, I was going to use Concepcion for short, and I think I still will. And I got I don't really want to take Geronimo's defense out of the game. And you got Perez, who's got a good bat. Goodness. That double play really screwed things up as far as what I had planned. So maybe they just put a guy in for an inning then. Yeah. Try to squeeze one inning out of somebody here. Pedro Bourbon. Ron Say, 0 for 3. 110. Fly ball. Left side. Groves makes the catch, 1 away. Bill Russell, 1 for 3. 2-8 roll. Grounder to Concepcion, 2 away, and here's the pitcher's spot, and that'll be it from Messersmith. Have to give the guy a hand, though. He pitched pretty darn good. Gave up a run in each of those middle innings. Against a tough team. Even though they had some of their starters on the bench. It's going to be Ken McMullen, maybe. Yeah, Ken McMullen is going to pinch hit. 2 out, nobody on. 110. Grounder to Concepcion. And that wraps up the top of the 9th. So that'll get us to the while the Dodgers can put a relief pitcher in the number 9 spot then. Probably not Brewer. Downing was tough. Charlie Huff wasn't too bad. Still had Mike Marshall. Rick Roden. And Jeff Zahn. It's going to be Charlie Huff. I don't have him. I don't have Steve Howe. He got suspended more than once, didn't he? All right, pinch hitter coming up for Bourbon. That might be Foster. Yeah, it's going to be Foster. Well, one pitch and this game could be over. George Foster leading off. 0 for 1 on the series. Two, 4. Split roll. 8. Ground ball and a leadoff single for Foster. Base runner on. And Vukovic 1 for 3 with a double. Corners playing in. The pitch. Vukovic showing bunt. Garvey picks it up, tosses it to Lopes. Foster now in scoring position. From Rettenmund. He's 1 for 1. 5-7. And he pops it up. Russell makes the catch. Here's Pete Rose. 6-5. Ground ball. And Lopes over to first, and we have extra innings in store. So Rose is going to move to third base. And Vukovic is going to leave to Rob's delight. Foster is going to stay in and play left. And the pitcher will go in the number 8 spot. And it's going to be Darcy. Yeah, it is. Pat Darcy, a guy who started quite a bit that year, but he's going to be pitching in a late relief role here. Davey Lopes, 1 for 4. Rob's going to be doing all the unpaid advertisements. That one popped out of the tray. 9. Could probably have one for maybe some stink bait and potted meat and some alcoholic beverages. Pizza for sure. Pepe's Pot Pies. Buckner, 1 for 4. Here's the pitch. It hits Buckner. Darcy clipped him a little. Jim Wynn, 0 for 3. One 6. Oh boy. Pitch by Darcy. And Wynn launches one to center field. Griffey drifting back to the wall, but he has no chance at it. It's gone. The toy cannon comes through in a big way. Dodgers lead 5-3. With one out here in the top of the 10th, it's 5-3 again in favor of the Dodgers. Ferguson, 1 for 4. Ferguson, 3-5. Strikes out Ferguson. And Garvey, 1 for 4. Fly to center. Geronimo this time has a chance, and he makes good on it. But 2 runs for the Dodgers. And they lead 5-3 as we go to the bottom of the 10th. Charlie Huff is staying out there. Morgan 0 for 3. Oop. 13. 8. Morgan grounds one to say. 1 out. Johnny Bench has homered in this game. 2-4. And Huff Walks bench. Perez, 0 for 4. And the Dodgers are going to bring Mike Marshall into the game. Do they want a double switch or not? I don't guess they need to. Well, yeah, they're going to put Steve Yeager in behind the plate here. Tony Perez. Who? Mike Marshall? He was a pretty good reliever for a while, especially in 74. 4-5. Strikes him out. It's not that Mike Marshall goofball. You're thinking of the guy that struck out all the time. Here's Geronimo. Oh. Well, I thought he was a right fielder most of the time. I think he did play first some, but I think he was more of an outfielder. Well, yeah, I mean he swung real hard all the time and struck out. But I wouldn't be bringing him in to pitch. Grounder to Garvey. Actually, it was a line drive. Anyway, he makes the play, and this game is over. And the Dodgers win 5-3 to split the first two games. The win goes to Charlie Huff. Darcy takes the loss. A save for Marshall. No. I changed the catcher. I took Ferguson out and I put Yeager in. Oh. So anyway, I'll send a few invites out for anybody that wants to chat a little bit. Super Bowl Sunday. Oops. All right. They didn't have that Mike Marshall that year, Rob. Nice. Having a little struggle with physics here. All right. See, I saw Michael. All right, I sent some invites out, and I've been trying to rest. I haven't really followed any of the news as far as anything developments in the game or anything today. One thing I heard a couple witnesses on that Michael Irvin thing, and they're pretty certain that nothing really happened with regards to the woman that accused him of doing something improper. They didn't witness anything that made them think that she had a complaint. And yeah, looking around on the sports pages, I don't see anything really trying to defend him. It's kind of disappointing. The media, they'll trash somebody, drag them through the mud. And it's like they want to get that narrative out there, whatever their story is. And they don't waste any time doing it. They don't research it much or anything. I mean, they tell you what happened, and it had happened, but I don't know. To me, they ought to say, well, at least a couple witnesses have refuted the claims. Yeah, I've been taking an antihistamine here and there, but I'm not one to take a bunch of medication if I don't have to. I just tend to let things kind of run their course. Here's Dave. Yeah.
Hi, Keith.
Hey.
Hi, Tim.
Did you just get up, Tim?
No, I actually just got home from church.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Look like you're clean shaven or trimmed, and
yeah, I got tired of looking at this last night, so off it went.
I've been shaving like once a week on Mondays, and I just let it go.
Yeah. Oh.
So,
Any hype about the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Not
just,
really.
When 10 o'clock comes and the first words that'll be coming to my mind are, "Yay, pitchers and catchers report to spring training soon."
Yeah.
What is that?
The World
21st,
Baseball
isn't it?
Classic. Yeah, the World Baseball Classic is coming in. Let's hope nobody gets hurt.
Yeah, the Fall Classic isn't something that really does anything for me. Do you like it?
Well, I mean, it doesn't really appeal to me, I'll be honest. I'd rather why not do it during the All-Star break?
Yeah.
I mean, the game, all the different countries,
Yeah.
instead of what they have now with this 3-inning start, they're more effective.
Yeah.
Rob,
were
are
a
you
couple
trying to
times
speak? Because we
it's not.
can't hear you. Nope.
Hello? We
Hey,
can't hear you, Rob.
we got you, Dave, but not
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
Rob.
we got you, Dave.
Not
You're
Rob,
loud and clear.
I'm gonna eat lunch, guys. I'll be back in just a few minutes.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Sometimes it seems like those players, they'll play in that fall classic, and then when it comes to rejoining their own teams, they seem to be a little flat or something.
I mean, how ready are they, to be honest with you?
Yeah.
I mean, granted, by March, you're lucky if you go, 3-4 innings in a game in spring training.
Yeah.
And then you want these guys to go that long.
Are any of the Guardians going to play in it?
Oh, yeah. I believe Andres Jimenez will play for Venezuela, I think. I'm sure there's a couple that are playing for other countries as well. So, Yay.
What's going on, guys? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're kind of loud now.
Yeah, you're loud.
Wow, loud. Huh? Okay. Yeah, not trying to be loud. Let's see if I can turn it down. Yeah, did you hear about Alex Riley last night? He almost died. WWE.
The professional wrestler?
Dumbass. He's a stupid ass, man. He's not even got a contract. And you know how the wrestling ring is like his. He's almost in the middle of the ring. Takes about 3 steps and tries to jump over the damn turnbuckle, over the post, and to do a flip onto EC3. Dude's foot catches a top rope when he's flipping over.
Oh, man.
That motherfucker, he turns a flip, and I mean, on the way down, they ain't using ropes. They got these gates that's about 3.5, 4 foot tall, about 3.5. He lands on one of them son bitches on his back. He finishes the match. I mean, you can tell what's his name's just trying to do everything he can not to break his damn back. Puts him in there and then puts it front face, the cross face on him. Finishes in about 2 seconds. They said they had to. He went to the back and told the executive guy, not the president. I'm not sure what's his name was there last night, but he told the executive guy, old Bubba Ray or whatever, Bully Ray or whatever, that he didn't want to go to the hospital. And they were out to eat, and when they were out to eat, all of a sudden he saw some blood coming out of his mouth. He said, maybe it's time you go to the damn doctor. So they're checking him for internal injuries. He's supposed to, but they say he's probably going to be there 2-3 days. I don't even know what city they were wrestling in. I don't even know. All I heard was he was in bad shape. I mean, this dude in a damn bad way, man. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's already been posted on. It's already been posted online. That damn jump that he did. I mean, I seen it. And I was like, oh dear God.
We're getting some background echo there from when I'm speaking.
Oh, he's trying to pull something up.
What?
It's gonna be. Didn't see it. Didn't. You gotta remember the video's gonna be choppy.
Can you see? Can y'all? Oh, you can't see this.
Can you broadcast this?
Can't see it. All right.
Can you broadcast this without any penalties?
Okay. Yeah, I can broadcast it when the time comes. I can do it live.
Yeah, but I mean, if it's wrestling, I don't think you can just show it, can you?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, let's take that off.
Yeah. Rob, yeah, kill that.
Yeah, that was on pay-per-view. That was on pay-per-view last night. Yeah.
I don't want to get a strike for that.
No, you wouldn't anyway because it's not. It was on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube.
Yeah,
TV.
no, but the problem is that, and how many times do you see people post legally that they're not supposed to.
Yeah,
But
they might not.
post
they
what?
might not have caught it
Post
yet.
what?
Well, they might not have.
People put
you posted it, you
WWE
might
stuff all the time.
the
Well, granted,
authority
because
to
it's
do
a
Oh
fan
yeah.
view.
WWE is different though because they are protected because you're not even supposed to even record their shit. Yeah, you're not even supposed to record their stuff. Yeah. There's a lot of this. They're counting on recordings, I guess, because they want it to be seen. And they're like, nobody's watching it. $29.99 a piece. Ain't nobody paying that for that. Nobody.
Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor is pretty good.
Well, no, what was that though? That was Ring of Honor, right?
No, that was NWA.
Yeah,
That was what's
the problem is it probably costs that much to keep the
Cardona. He didn't win either. The other guy beat him. The other guy pinned him last night. I thought for sure Cardona was going to be the winner, but they're saying that he may have a contract with WWE now, so we'll see.
Well, his wife works for the WWE now.
Folks.
Cardona.
Huh?
Well, Cardona's wife works for WWE now.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, she just got a contract. What? 6 weeks with him. 6 weeks ago.
Well, at Rumble, yeah.
So
Well, she made a debut at the Rumble, and now she's playing this stupid Karen gimmick.
Chelsea Green, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that stuff's already old.
Yeah.
I speak to your manager.
Yeah.
I want this, this, and this. Who the fuck do you think you are? Like the best would be if they give it a couple of weeks and she gets no reaction because of it. That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
No reaction equals come up with something new, Chelsea.
Time to go to the second. Yeah, time to go to the second vote. Yeah. Man, that's nasty here. Rain, sleet, snow, a little bit of everything, but you can't see it snowing because it's raining so damn hard. It's just says wintry mix. I know it ain't 40 out there. It ain't near that warm.
Y'all can keep that to the south. I did read that they were supposed to get some kind of storm. 44 and sunny here. Nice winter
Current
day.
temperature.
It's 36 degrees at Hurt right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 36 and feels like a balmy 27. How about
Mm-hmm.
that? That is. That's the way it works today. See what it looks like 10 days from now.
75.
Thursday 70. Crazy shit. Yeah.
Yep.
Supposed to start raining at 7 o'clock Thursday night. It ain't supposed to stop until good Lord, it's supposed to rain all 9-10 a.m. Friday. It's supposed to be right windy too. Yeah, 70. That's crazy shit. 60, 52, 61, 66, 69. Crazy. Yeah. If no quarterback wins the MVP, who wins it, Tim? AJ Green?
I mean, AJ Brown.
Oh, is it Bryant? Is his name Bryant?
Yeah.
AJ Brown. All right.
AJ Green just retired from the NFL from the Falcons.
Oh, okay. I personally think a defensive player may actually win it this year. We'll see.
It's completely possible.
That cat is happy, man.
Not really.
Oh, really? That's a big cat, though.
She's tolerating it, but
You got two armfuls there.
she's tolerating it more than she usually does.
Yeah, I got you.
She probably can tell I'm sick or
Had to
something.
do- I had to
Keep
do
it
some-
nicer.
I had to do some talking and explaining to Dad yesterday. Mom said, he is mad, he is grumpy. So we went down there. And I just sat and talked to him. He said, I was on the back of a pickup truck last night. I said, okay, look. I went and got his cane. I said, all right, hop up. He said, you know I can't get up. I said, now how the hell did you get in the back of a pickup truck then? And so I sat there and talked to him and explained to him, you dreaming stuff. That cat's tail is long, dude. That cat.
He is not happy. That happens. That cat is not happy.
As long as he don't get scratched.
She's rubbing her face on the monitor.
It's warm. That's why probably. It's probably warm.
No, they rub on everything.
Yeah.
Hey. I don't want to eat your tail.
So I just happened to turn on TV, and somehow at noon Eastern time on my local, I guess it's not CW, it's Women of Wrestling with AJ Lee as commentator.
Oh, really? What channel is that?
It's a local channel, so
Oh.
that'll probably, your listing will probably vary via your network.
Yeah.
And I did not watch MLW the other night on Reels.
What channel was that on?
MLW is Reels.
Reels. Okay.
Yeah.
And what time slot is that?
10 p.m. on Tuesday.
Oh, okay. That's good wrestling. That's out of Atlantic City. Right? Ain't that the one with Hammerstone? Alex Hammerstone? I don't know.
I've never watched MLW.
Oh,
so-
they good, man. But they bring in their problem is they bring in too much, like them old lights that you got over the top of your those shop lights. It's got all that white stuff on the inside of it.
Mhm.
They'll bust that
Oh,
over
yeah,
each other's
yeah,
head. Yeah, that shit gets old quick. Yeah. They bring in a
You
lot
could
of
be
that.
using stuff that'll give you cancer like that.
Yeah. And they'll sit there and fight and wrestle in that shit. Yeah. Yeah. What's the chances you're gonna watch it all tonight, Keith? 100% of the game.
The odds,
Yeah.
probably less than 50%.
Yeah, me too. If it's a 10-point game and a half, I probably won't even go back and watch it.
I'll probably have it
I'll
on
probably go to sleep.
for the whole game. Will I be watching, like
Yeah.
intently watching? Probably not.
Yeah.
In fact, I may even bust out Stratomatic Hockey tonight. Not film it, but just bust it out and play it.
I need to get back into my hockey thing too because I got away from it from my racing. Now my racing's all cleaned up. Now I ought to get that Stone Cold Hockey back out. I got my playoffs going on, so perfect time to do it before they start their playoffs.
Yeah,
You
I gotta
put
get
your,
the table area cleaned up now too to start filming in Studio B.
Do
Because Studio A is filled with my work stuff.
you put your lines together like in a sleeve or something that you'd put baseball
I
cards in?
wish. I wish. So, I mean, it'd be easier, trust me, than having to go, ching, 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 you know, each individual stack and then, you know, try to pull them all together for, you know, power plays and whatnot. So,
Yeah.
I'll probably spend half the time trying to figure out what the hell to do. And so long since I played it.
Yeah, and hit a mom and dad's house in a minute. I done that for a few minutes checking on them. I did a wrestling last night. Yeah. Said you didn't want to take no meds, huh?
Huh?
Keith? Didn't want to take any medications?
Just what I normally take. I mean, what would I take?
So I don't know, something maybe like something like an allergy type deal. Maybe I don't
That's
know.
what I'm doing.
Huh?
I take antihistamine.
Yeah.
Kind of dries it up a little bit.
Drink a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out what kind of snacks to have tonight. I got a little pizza. We ordered a cheesesteak last night and watched some YouTube and stuff. Shout out to Ron Juckett. Ron Juckett is iRacing. But man, flying around Daytona. If nobody caught that, go catch it. I'm looking forward to when he's racing people. Anybody who gets that iRacing, I love to watch, see what they can do.
iRacing.
Yeah, it's computerized, and you take on people all over the world. It's like a video game. It's like a video game, but it's a straight up simulation. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you how close it is to it. They actually densely get each part of the racetracks that actually exist. That's why a lot of NASCAR drivers in the off season do that stuff. It's called iRacing. It's fun to watch. You got a lot of dudes who can race and run good, and there's a few that look like
IDTI.
that look like they need to put their feet on the steering wheel instead of their hands. Yeah.
Is that the kind of stuff IDJ was doing?
I don't know if he ever had iRacing. Now, I know he did.
No.
I think he did straight up video games. But my man Ron Juckett did it too. He's got him a brand new computer for it, because you don't need nothing in it, because that's how much stuff it takes on your computer. You don't want to have. You can put about your email and a little bit more. That's it. You don't want to have. You don't want to be playing video games on it. You don't want to be. You don't want to be going to StreamYard or nothing like that unless that's the way you show it. And even if you do, you need a second computer to broadcast. And they get real hot. Those computers get real hot. You got to have cooling systems in them, good cooling systems. You want to be in the coolest part of your house playing it.
Oh, I see.
And a place where you won't lose your contact and all that. Wild.
So there was a reading about a dispute during the Duke UVA basketball game yesterday.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And now they admitting that they screwed up. ACC officials admitted this morning that they screwed up in the officiating. I don't know. Will that help Duke get into the field? What's their record? They still got a winning record, don't they?
17-8 for Duke.
Oh, okay. They'll be in the field then. They'll make it. They'll make the 64 teams. Yeah.
Meanwhile, CBS seems to love Ohio State, and they're putting them on again today. They've lost 5 straight.
They're out.
Yeah. I
They
may just have it up.
could probably win out, except now obviously if they win the Big Ten tournament they're in it, but I can't see them winning that. No way. You?
No.
I've seen 4 teams I think could beat them right. Indiana I think's better than them. You think so?
Indiana, Purdue.
Oh yeah.
At least
Rutgers.
them two are better. At least Off the top of my head, they've lost to Northwestern.
Illinois.
Yep. Wisconsin's beat them. No, Iowa is probably the one that's not better than them. No, that's the last team Ohio State beat.
Penn State.
It'd be an even matchup.
Rutgers.
Rutgers is better than them, yeah.
Yeah. Michigan State.
We'll see today.
Is that who they play?
Yeah. 1 o'clock on CBS.
And then Michigan, how about just straight up Michigan?
No. Well, okay, they did the last time, but they're about even.
How about Wisconsin?
Wisconsin's probably better than them, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, then you've got this at 1 o'clock, and I may be switching over to South Carolina LSU women's basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the 2 unbeatens.
Mm-hmm. Boy, UConn gave South Carolina a game last week. Right, Gino might not have all his A+ talent, but he gave South Carolina a little run for their money.
Who's South Carolina playing?
LSU.
LSU.
Yeah.
LSU's trying to be the new kid in town.
Yeah, I think South Carolina will beat them. Where are they playing at?
That's an excellent question. That game. It's Columbia is where South Carolina is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Columbia.
Yeah. Manchester City 3-0 over Aston Villa. 2/3 of the way through the game. Put 3 up in the first half. Now see if
Let's see how Alan Shaw's Sheffield Wednesday did yesterday.
tied.
Yep, tied with Ipswich.
Yeah. Now they're no longer in first. They're in second now.
They got to stay in the top 2, I think it is, for
Top
the
two,
second
top
division.
two, top 2 only move up. Yep.
Well, no, don't they have like a playoff or something to determine?
No, they don't do no playoffs. They just play it straight out the season. Same way with the week. You know, I say that. You know what? You may be right about that. It might be a playoff in the League One, but in the regular EPL, there's no playoff. It's just straight.
Oh, they're in the 3rd tier, as Sheffield Wednesday is now.
Yeah. They got to work their way.
They're
up
not
to
in the 2nd tier. They're in the 3rd tier.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, they got relegated 2 years ago. Yeah, they got relegated 2 years ago. Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah. So now, if they move
is
up,
League 2 the 3rd tier?
League A, is it League A or something like that? Or League 1 or something? It's EPL.
Okay, so the top 3 are automatically promoted.
Did you stick your tail in my coffee?
Oh, is that the way it works?
And then the 4th spot is you have a play. The next 4 teams after that top 3
Have a
play
playoff
for that 4th spot.
So they're in good shape right now, man.
Right, to move up to
yeah.
So the League 1. Oh, the level 3. Okay, so they're in League 1. So they put level 3, but it's League 1.
Yeah.
Top 2 automatically promoted. Next 4
have a playoff
in the playoffs for the 3rd.
For the 3rd spot. Okay. Yeah.
What did you just do? Hannah.
Who?
Hannah, she's stepping on my keyboard or something and
46
eyes
games
up
in
to
the
my
season,
window
though,
to
Tim,
change.
and they've only played 30.
I believe it. Yeah.
Yeah, 46.
Yeah, because it goes through at least Memorial Day, right? Because then they take 3 months off and then they start again like mid to late August. Because that's everybody's go-to is to watch the Premier League before putting on College Game Day. Everybody's got
Hi.
their team. I don't have
Yeah.
one for Premier League. If it's on, I may or may not watch. But, oh well.
I watched that wrestling that you did last night, Rob.
Oh, yeah. I hadn't caught yours from last night. Yeah, you posted it this morning, didn't you?
Yeah, early this morning I was wrestling late last night.
Yeah.
It took a while to do some of those matches because I had a no disqualification.
Yeah, you do yours live, or you do them on? You do some, most.
I didn't do. I do them on. I record the video, then I put it through.
Download it.
Then I download it on the
StreamYard.
Yeah, I went to StreamYard today and started using it though, and I just have to. I don't know how to put my face and the game next to it.
Kind of
It
like
gives me
I
all
do.
these window. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I tried to figure it out. It wasn't working. And I was thinking of
I
paying the
don't know if you don't pay for it. I don't know if you get quite the options that you do that if you do pay for it. But I think you can. I think you can still do that. I think that's just straight up value. Yeah, I think you're able to do that.
Yeah, I tried, but
I'll check
I
it out
couldn't.
for you.
Yeah,
Rob, I was
I
listening to
couldn't
yours last night as I was trying to go to sleep, and I heard you had a little controversy or something with your Flair on Eric game.
Me?
Yeah. Well, you started it over, said, "Oh hell no," something like that. I ain't gonna go like that.
Oh,
Controversy about Von Erich
It
and
didn't go much
9
longer the
seconds.
next
Flair.
time.
9 seconds in, the referee calls him match. I'm like, what the hell kind of bullshit is this? 9 seconds? I'm like, no,
I know.
9 seconds. Yeah. I'm like, not a main event.
And then
I feel-
Flair.
No, I was gonna say,
And
like,
then
Teddy Long
the
was-
Ric Flair controversy with the 345 pin in the cage. That's
Yeah.
interesting too.
Well, what I was saying, Rob, when I had that comment in the chat, I was like, Teddy Long's coming out as the commissioner. He goes, no. You got to. We're gonna restart this match.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Teddy Long being no as the manager. I was saying Teddy Long as a commissioner going no. So,
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I remember him more as a wrestling manager. What up,
Like-
player?
Do you realize that he was also a referee for a short time? in
Oh
WWE?
yeah. That's why I remember him even better. Do you ever remember? So who was that? Who was wrestling? The quickest 3 count in history
Danny
was by
Davis.
him. He goes,
Danny Davis. Yeah. Yeah.
no, that was
Yeah,
Teddy
yeah.
Long. Teddy
Yeah.
Long's
Teddy
3
Long.
count.
Always Teddy Long.
I
Yeah.
forgot who he. I want to say he ripped off the Steiners maybe and let Doom win, and then he ended up being Doom's manager or something. But anyway, I mean, he got. I mean, you couldn't even see his hand moving; it was so fast. And the people, old Jim Ross, who I never have liked him, he said,
So,
"Are they gonna let this stand? Are they gonna let this?"
Yeah.
So
Jim Ross has now been relegated to Rampage on AEW.
Oh,
He does
that's-
not
Can
do
they climb up
Dynamite
the
anymore.
sides of the cage or anything when they're in the cage?
Do what? Can they?
Can they climb up on the cage if they're in the cage?
Well, the wrestling that it comes with, they actually have to pin them inside the cage. Climbing out of the cage does not win for you, which I ain't never liked that anyway. That's a WWE.
I know.
Yeah, I like it when you gotta stay inside and win. Climbing out
Yeah.
can win for you, because that kind of lost its luster. I mean, back in what, 87? I think it was 87 when Lex Luger was taking on
Bruiser
Brody.
yeah.
the bell rung, and he was scared. He was actually looking to kill him. Brody had already told him, said, "Look, you better work. You better be a worker in this match." And you could tell Brody meant business, and he was scared of him. He said it.
Yeah.
And I mean, he climbed out he scaled that damn cage. And I mean, that was a piece of garbage cage too. A lot of wood and stuff at the top.
And probably metal, sharp metal pieces and
yeah.
this and that. I don't know, man.
it won't see us cage. It won't want to see us fences anyway. He scaled that son of a bitch and went out of it real quick. And
Right.
to Eddie, what's the guy's name on that now?
Get tetanus.
Graham. Eddie Graham's to really for him to do what he did. He said something about Luger feels bad tonight, so we're gonna put another wrestler in there, and that ended up passing off. But yeah, that hurt them big time when that happened. They ended up jumping over the damn. I mean, he's 6'6" anyway, and took one jump, scooped up, and went over the cage. And Brody looked at him like he was nuts. Brody was awesome. Brody was awesome.
Yeah.
He had to look. He could wrestle. He was a money man. He was big into his money.
And why else would you do a job?
Yeah, but there was a lot of them all they was into for the fame of it. Ricky Morton, to this day, said he didn't do it for money.
Like Road Warrior Hawk said, he was asked, how much money do you have? He says, Paul Ellering takes care of our money. I don't even know how much I have. I'm just here to destroy people. Yeah.
Ricky Morton said his first year, or one of his first 2 or 3 years, was the best paying job he ever had in his life. Said for the last 40,
Yeah.
he's just been doing it.
Right.
He was on that pay-per-view last night
Yeah.
with his son.
Yeah, because his son was on Power the other day facing somebody, and I saw that.
Yeah. And then he was wrestling for his belt last night against some guy. I don't even know what his name was. He won anyway. He ain't much of a wrestler though.
Yeah.
No. Still, he doesn't take a cake for worst wrestler. Worst wrestler I ever watched was that clown. His dad wrestled, and he was a brute. What was his name? Mosca, Angelo Mosca Jr. Oh, he was awful. He was a U.S. champion.
I'll throw the Great Khali in there for honorable mention.
Khali, though, I mean,
he was a big guy. Yeah.
Mosca,
Big
Mosca was supposed to be able to move around. He didn't know the difference between a wrist lock and a wristwatch. He was bad. He was probably the worst wrestler I've ever watched.
Well, they would only let Khali wrestle on SmackDown so they could edit his matches because they were that bad. Towards the end, him and Giant Gonzalez both should have never been in a wrestling ring.
No.
Should have let Jorge Gonzalez go play basketball like he wanted to. In fact, he was actually drafted by the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah.
That's how Ted Turner got a hold of him. It's like, you'd be better off in a wrestling ring. No.
Said he played 1-on-1 against George Murison one time and beat him 21-10 or some shit.
I don't know how he was. He was a diabetic late in his career and was in a wheelchair for the majority of the rest of his life.
Yeah, he died. Didn't he?
Oh yeah, he's deceased.
Who lived?
Giant Gonzalez.
Oh,
yeah. The guy.
I forgot his name. He was from
Jorge. Was his real name? Jorge Gonzalez.
Yeah.
But no, he was.
He was
basketball player from Argentina.
He was safely 7 feet over. He was over 7 feet tall though.
He was billed at 8 feet. Was not 8 feet tall. He was more like 7'4", 7'5", maybe.
Well, Mirasan was 7'7", I think.
Right, but then watching two big guys like that try to play 1-on-1. It's like watching paint dry.
Yeah, and watch two guys look at wrestle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Each one of them take 5 minutes to get up when they get fall. So
I
shit, you gotta have a 1 hour time limit. If you don't, damn.
What would a basketball have looked like in Andre the Giant's hand?
Andre the Giant.
Would it look like a baseball or something that way you told me?
Not even that big, probably. Andre the Giant held 6 beers in his hand one time.
Yeah, that picture of him holding that one beer can, that Molson can.
Between each
Yeah.
finger. He had one between each finger. And that was funny
Johnny
as
Bench
shit.
did that with baseballs, didn't
Sure.
he?
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up.
And
Yeah.
They said he could drink 96 in a sitting. You imagine that shit?
And one time he drank 117. He said on Johnny Carson there.
96
Dave
beers.
Letterman.
So what's
Yeah.
that? 4? Is that 4 cases, ain't it?
Yeah.
Well, are we talking a case
Five.
of 24
24
pack? Or?
case.
Yeah.
24
Yeah.
case.
Yeah,
So
that's 4 of them.
I
yeah,
sat
Four of them,
back, back in my day, I sat back and drank 24. But you damn well better know after number 24 went down, I had to find a place to just kind of lay down because I wasn't moving for the next 5 hours.
Staring at the
It's
bottom.
Right. Sounds like me.
It's jabroni drank 4 times that much. 96 beers, and they said he could walk straight.
He could walk straight. Yeah.
Well,
And he would
there
drink
was the
liquor
one
too.
time that he passed out in the lobby of the hotel room and they didn't move him. Just I put a blanket over him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, too bad his personal handler, actually technically his manager and his personal handler are both dead.
He
He was saying he went to
he went to
Japan.
wrestle at Vegas one time at the Showboat.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it said something about I want bourbon. And they come out and bring him a little glass of bourbon, but they said he said, no, I want bourbon.
Yeah. I want bourbon like you.
They end up bringing him a 5th. And he
Right.
said 3. He said 3.
Yeah, 3 of them fifths.
How tall is the average elevator? About 7 feet tall?
Yeah.
What'd you say, Keith?
The average
Something like
elevator,
that.
how tall is it? About
Average
7 feet?
elevator?
7
It's
4,
tall. It's more than 7 feet because
7
it,
4 or so.
it's probably closer to 8. Probably closer to 8.
But
7.5 anyway, but it's probably close. But they brought
Andre
him,
the Giant with that bourbon, he drank when he stopped drinking, and before he stopped drinking, he said, "I weigh 560 pounds. I weigh 560," and then he told the guy after I stopped drinking, I weigh 480 pounds. But when I was drinking, it was 80 pounds added on my body. He said, "You know."
he
Yeah.
he finished off one of those bottles, and they said he was
Yeah.
on like the 8th floor,
Yeah.
and he was looking out the window. And
Oh.
one of the guys was talking to him and said, Andre, you gonna try to drink this one before you wrestle tonight? He said, no. He said, I'm gonna drink it on the way down to the match. So he was actually turning a bottle up and and they said, oh, don't you want to chase it with Coke or Pepsi? Oh no, water fine. So they gave him like a pitch of water. So he's drinking a pitch of water and drinking a damn 5th.
Wow.
So he just had gotten to the bottom. So he done destroyed 1/5, and he's drinking another one on the way down there. And he just getting to the floor, 3rd or 4th floor where they were going to wrestle at.
Mm.
And he hands his bottle over to, I don't even know who was managing him or whatever at the time. Took his bottle, and they said all they did was just find the nearest trash can and throw it away because he finished it. Said he still had a little bit of a pitcher of water. He just turned it, drank it, handed him that. On the way to the ring, he said, I got to go bathroom. So he went in there and took a piss. Said it took him about 10 minutes.
Just take a damn piss.
He came back outside.
He took one of those Leslie Nielsen pisses. From Naked Guns, huh?
Yeah, I'll call Austin Powers. The evacuation process complete. Evacuation process complete.
Yeah.
So he comes back out, and one of the guys that was in the wrestling organization, it might have been Johnny Valentine, was walking with him to the ring.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden he starts walking a little sideways.
I'd like to get an autobiography.
They're like, oh
on him.
shit, he's done got drunk. Andre's done got drunk.
Wow.
He gets in that damn ring. He climbs in it and climbs over the top rope. And the guy who was going to wrestle him was John Studd. I think it was his name. John Studd.
Studd was
A
scared.
little bit small.
Now,
He's like 6'10".
John Studd was scared to death of Andre. He said, "That's one bitch trying to kill me."
Yeah. So they were in Vegas, and John Studd saw that he was drunk.
Yeah.
Said every time he hit him, he would run a little bit to make damn sure he didn't fall on him.
Yeah, right.
So what happened was they got wrestling about 2 or 3 minutes into the match, and Andre went up against the rope, and he was going to try elbow. He got about two steps off of the ropes, and he tripped up and fell. He landed straight on Studd.
on the mat.
They
on
said,
Studd.
I mean, there weren't no arms, there weren't no knees, and nothing stopping. He was flat.
Just boom.
Studd said he could have kicked out, but he decided he didn't want to get killed. And this was 1, 2, 3. He pushes Andre off of him after that. I mean, he's rolling out the ring, and said he was on his way back to the hotel room that was hooked on to the thing.
Yeah.
Said something about if anybody gives Andre any more alcohol on this trip, I'm going to find them and I'm going to throw them over the damn top. Because he had to wrestle him like 5 more times in the week. And he said he landed on him. And people said it sounded like somebody turning an egg over and slapping it on the pan. That's just what he said. So he couldn't breathe for a second or two, but he said he was capable of kicking out if he had to. But he was like, screw it. He said, I know he's drunk, and on top of that, he's supposed to win. So the hell with it.
Yeah.
That was enough.
Yeah. He's supposed to
They
win.
said Andre was terrible about that shit. He would go anywhere and be drunk as hell.
And he stopped drinking. After a while, he did stop drinking, but he was drinking. He drank for years there, but he stopped drinking.
Airplanes and shit.
Yeah. They said that he said on the airplane he ate at least 3 plates of food, maybe more, at first class.
Yeah.
They always had more food for him. He said on the flights. Well, he said he went to Japan. He couldn't go to the bathroom. He couldn't do anything because in Japan everything is so small.
Yeah. He didn't like making it. He didn't like making that trip over. Yeah,
I'd like to watch his. I'd like to read his biography. I bet it would be interesting.
Well,
probably.
Dave, did you watch the HBO documentary they did on Andre?
No, I did not. I missed it. I want to see it.
Okay.
Is it still on HBO Max?
I believe it
I wonder if
is.
it's still on it. I have to get it. Yeah.
Let me see. Hold on.
HBO Max has messed up. One of our credit cards pays for HBO Max. Well, it did. The payment didn't go through, so HBO Max got turned off. I got to call them and take care of all that crap before I get it back on. But typical problems with credit cards.
Let's see here.
I
thankfully get it for free because I have HBO and I have every movie channel except for the MGM Plus that used to be Epix.
Oh,
$8 a month. I'm like, for 4 channels, no thanks.
I have Amazon Prime and Netflix and Hulu, and I want to get ESPN for Hulu for baseball and live baseball games.
Yeah, they still have that on HBO Max. So if you get it back, you can watch it.
Great. I haven't watched the Rocky movies. I'm on Rocky 4 now. Rocky watch.
You got to ride down there to my mom's, Keith. Keep feeling better, bro. Keep feeling better. Yeah.
You can tell you don't
When
look.
Steve
You don't look
McMichael
good
was still playing for the Bears, I remember in training camp somewhere somebody tossed him a beer, and I think he just took it and he bit like right into the side of the can and then chugged it right out the side.
And then there's the story of Joe Charbonneau, who's, of course, I said this once, and for those that don't know, I graduated with his son and went to school with his daughter. And the old story was he'd open the beer bottles with his eyebrows.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Seems like that would cut your eye.
No. Just close the eye and use the top part.
You know,
He'd close his eye and do it.
you could get a good enough grip.
Remember those those old beer bottles. I have an ex-wife, and I couldn't ever I never could find anything to open those old beer bottles. So she had the perfect tooth or something that would just open it right up.
Huh.
And I asked her years later, I said, "Do you still have that tooth that opens the beer bottles?" She said, "No, it cracked one day. When I tried to do it, it cracked one day, and I don't have that tooth anymore." So we have to find something else.
Wow.
But that was convenient, you know.
Yeah, the other day
Yeah,
I saw
I
guys
used to-
just pounded it on their forehead, and then it starts spraying out.
Yeah.
Freaking-
I used to have a bottle opener on my keychain, but
Yeah,
not anymore.
right. It's
Oh.
not really needed anymore. Like they,
Because I'm gonna go ahead and
bottle
I
those
gotta
anymore.
do some more cleaning here.
Yeah,
Maybe I might film a scrap game today.
Okay.
good. Yeah. Are you
All
going
right.
back to the 2007 season?
Yep.
All right.
I got all the stats compiled. I got all the for
Wow.
pitchers and hitters. I got all the standings up to date. Now I just got to clean the kitchen table.
How's
up,
the
but that's what
Yankees
I'm gonna be
doing in
filming.
your 2007?
I can give you that real quick.
Yankees.
They were not surprisingly. They were not good for the first part of 2007.
Right.
Now the problem is that so
The Red Sox had a
I do
good
the
team that
hyper-
year.
oh
They
fantastic.
won the World Series.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is that with hyper fast scoring, they make you do the actual game that day. The problem was they
Right.
didn't finish it until later. So
Ah.
my standings are going to be a game off
Oh, I see.
from what they actually were.
Okay.
So let's
Well, that's
see
fine.
here. So through
That's weird. That the same year that the Red Sox beat the Rockies in the World Series was the year the Patriots had their unbeaten regular season.
Mhm.
It seems
And,
like that Red Sox World Series against the Rockies was longer ago. It was by a little
they're
bit.
43 and 37 as I put them as
43,
winning.
37.
Yeah.
Okay.
Their actual record after that date. See, now it's no. Granted, it's going to be a day off or game off,
Yeah.
but their actual record was 38 and 41.
38 and 41, huh? Wow.
Yeah, they were under
Okay.
500 at that point, and then they must have
Yeah.
got on a hot streak that I didn't realize. Oh, needless to say,
Yeah.
the Indians are not doing anywhere near what they were doing in real life.
Yeah.
What's their record in your playthrough?
It's been long enough. 36 and 46.
Ooh.
36 and 46. Okay.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were 50 and 32
Wow.
in real life.
Wow.
Wow, no doubt, huh?
Well, half the problem that I'm running into is that.
Mm.
Hold on, let me get you guys back up here.
Are you getting a lot of double
That-
headers or
No.
no? Like they say that
you're
reduces
relying on marginal
relievers.
players, and I'm talking
Okay.
about your star players. Your Grady Sizemore, your
Okay.
Victor Martinez, and your Travis Hafner, 3 superstars at that
Right.
year. The problem was the rest of the 6 are kind of garbage.
Mm,
Like you had your
Yeah.
David DeLucci, Jason Michaels platoon.
yeah.
You had Trot Nixon
Mm,
and Franklin Gutierrez mostly playing right field. You had Blake wasn't bad. He's playing third base.
Who's that?
And then-
It kind of.
Casey Blake.
Casey Blake. Yeah.
Yeah, he went to the Dodgers after he came to the Indians. In fact, they got Carlos Santana for him. Lucky.
Oh.
He played right field a little bit too. And then you had Johnny Peralta, who's not having anywhere close to the season he did in real life. And then your second baseman was Josh Barfield, who's kind of useless.
Yeah.
In fact, the team didn't
Yeah.
get better until they got Asdrubal Cabrera coming up for that part of the year.
Barfield, was he like a negative WAR guy?
Probably. And then first base was Ryan Garco is not exactly going to hit the cover off the ball. They all had good seasons that year. If they aren't having good seasons, there's 2/3 of your lineup not having good years, and you're screwed.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Especially when you're like when the pitcher formerly known as Fausto Carmona, which we all found out wasn't his real name,
Yeah.
isn't having close to the Cy Young season or Cy Young contending season that he did.
Mm,
Cliff Lee was not good Cliff Lee that year either, so I got to put up with that. And then you had Jeremy Sowers starting off the year, you know.
Yep.
And their bullpen was garbage too. You had
Mm.
Roberto Hernandez used to be the closer for the White Sox. You had
Yeah.
Fernando Cabrera. You had Jason Davis. They didn't call up Rafael Perez, who was essentially their left-handed specialist, until
Right.
May. And I'm like, good God. And then you don't get like a couple of the other guys, Jensen Lewis and a couple other guys, until later in the season anyway as well. So it's like kind of got to keep the head above water. Thankfully for the standings,
Mm.
for my simulation standings, everybody's under 500.
Right. That helps. Yeah.
Yeah,
Certainly.
Tigers are 39 and 41. The Twins are at 38 and 43. The White Sox are at 37 and 42. The
Wow.
Indians are at 36 and 46, and the Royals are 35 and 48. Yeah, I almost want to make a rule where if nobody in the Central finishes over 500, they
No
don't make the playoffs.
Mhm.
But that's the way when you play hyper fast scoring that it works, you know.
Yeah.
So I got to keep up with that every day after every game. If I film every game now, I won't film the hyper fast scoring part. I think that's kind of, maybe if I was doing a live stream, I kind of don't want everybody to be like, you know, oh, I'll watch up to the game and then everybody check out when I do all the hyper fast scoring.
Who was the Indians manager that year?
Eric Wedge.
Okay.
Wedge.
Yeah, he was
Cool.
a former player. And he got booted out after a couple more seasons, I think. And then Manny Acta took over. Get hives thinking about that. And of course,
What?
Terry was
Wedge became a sought after manager again, though, after that, didn't he?
not really, actually.
Huh.
Oh, wait a minute. He may have been manager of the Nationals, I think.
Or Mariners.
Eric Wedges. Or Mariners, yeah. That's right. He was a Mariners manager
Yeah.
for 3 seasons after he got fired. Then again, Mariners love to take the Indians managers after that we fired them. They got Mike Hargrove after we fired them, fired him, and then they got Eric Wedge right after we fired him. So they're like, if you take the Indians to the playoffs, we want you after you're fired.
Well, Pinella was an exception, and but he had
The
been
only
fired.
exception. He was the only exception. They went. Every manager post Lou Piniella never made the playoffs for the Mariners. Except
Lefevre
for
was there,
Nope.
I think.
it was only Lou Piniella. They never made the playoffs until '95,
Yeah.
and then they
Mhm.
never
Yeah.
made it from 2002 to 2021. They made it
Right.
last year with what's his face, Scott Service.
Yeah.
Don Mattingly probably thought, yeah, the year after I retire, they win the World Series.
Oh yeah, that's
The
heartbreaking.
Marlins campaign he went on really messed up his wins-loss record
And then Wade Boggs wins the World Series with them.
with
Yep.
the Yankees. Yeah.
And Charlie Hayes, who made
Roger
that,
Clemens.
the final out. Yeah,
I remember that
No, Roger
magazine
Clemens
said,
was
I
still
want
on
a
the-
ring.
Roger Clemens was still on the Red Sox in that. No, he was with the Blue Jays in '96.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about 98, 99, or 99,
Yeah.
wasn't it? 98, 99.
98, 99.
Yeah.
I was actually rooting
Yeah.
for the Yankees in '96 because they were playing the Braves who beat the Indians
Yeah, the
the
Braves.
year prior.
Yeah.
And so
There was a chance we
Yes,
could have
yeah.
lost that World Series. But Joe Torre said, no, we'll win it in the next 3 games.
next 4
They were
games,
worried.
they said
Yeah.
we're going
Well,
to probably
next 4
lose the
games.
first 2.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
boy, Andrew Jones sure put a beating on the Yankees pitching the first 2 games.
Yeah, he did.
And then
But
was it
and I
Larry
read this
did,
all
yeah.
the Yankee
Home run.
years. What's that?
Was it Leyritz that hit the big home run in one of those games in
Yes.
Atlanta?
Yes. And
Can't
they
believe that's
won
a
when
catcher.
Wade Boggs walked with the bases loaded.
Oh, jeez.
Talk about an anticlimactic finish.
Right.
Yeah, Leyritz hits the big home run off of Mark Wohlers to tie the game, and then they win it on a walk. I did not watch the game personally. I was still in high school at the time. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I
I
was
watched it. It was YouTube.
driving to work,
I watched it when
I
it
was
was on
working
TV
nights.
there. Yeah.
and I heard the call pop up into foul ground. The Hayes is under it. And
puts it away. Yep.
Yankees won the World Series.
Yep.
Yeah, that was also when Game 6 of the World Series was on the night where you turn your clocks back 1 hour.
Right.
Oh, was it? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
like up until
Saturday.
until they decided to push the season, all out of whack. The last Saturday in October was always turn the clocks back 1 hour before they changed it to the first Saturday in November.
Oh.
And so all the Game 6s used to be when you turn your clock back 1 hour. Same thing when Joe Carter hit the home run in '93.
Oh,
All right.
And then, of
yeah,
course,
when I heard about that too.
and we'll see you tomorrow night for Kirby Puckett's infamous home run in Game 6 of '91.
Yeah,
This
it
was
was
so good. I wish I would have got to stay up and watch Game 7, but I was only 12.
Right.
I think I did. I think I watched that game.
I didn't even
And
watch
I remember
any of-
thinking to myself, this Braves team is going to be good for a while. And little did I know it'd be like over 12 years
Right.
that
Right.
they'd win the division in a row.
Yeah, there was a
Then they
guy
added
on
Maddox to
Al's
that
chat
pitching.
last night that said that he thinks the World Series it's way too early prediction, of course. That's going to be the Guardians and the Braves in the World Series because he thinks that the new rules help out the Guardians more with the bigger bases and the no shifting. I'm like, dude,
Are they going to get
I
rid of
would-
shifting?
they're only allowing 2 players per each side of the infield.
Ah.
Then somebody brought up a point and goes, so
Well, I like
you
that. I don't like shifting. I
Well,
thought it
then,
was-
does that mean that you can't bring your center fielder or your right fielder closer, try to throw somebody out at first base? Yeah, you can absolutely do that. That's not part of the. I mean,
Well,
as long
and
as it's
then-
not on the infield
Yeah.
grass.
When
Sure.
can a fielder start to move? Like
When you have one
starts out-
guy
let's say your
on
shortstop's
the
on the left
baseline
side,
and 5 guys on the other side of the field, that's a little ridiculous.
and
I
let's say
always
your
thought,
shortstop's on the left side, on the third base side of second.
Yeah.
The pitcher goes into his windup. Can he then begin to move over, or
I guess he could. They'll work all this out, in the
Yeah.
whatchamacallit, in spring training.
Spring
I
training,
actually
yeah.
enjoy the pitch clocks. There were some that I would love to see the Mark Burley pitch clock.
if I have to draw a
He-
line straight from second base out so that the fielders?
It'd be great if they had a sensor and it tripped in the umpire's ear.
Yeah.
If somebody did something illegal.
They'll have a shot collar. It'll be like a invisible fence.
Yeah.
But
If you want to go, you have to come in front of the bag.
well, and everybody's like, okay, so I understand. Like Al also said, we all bring up, if they're shifting you, why not hit to the right side? Well, the problem is that pitchers are throwing harder. So what are you trying
Yeah.
to do? You swing harder, or you try to lift the ball.
Right.
So, hitting to the opposite field's not exactly the easiest thing to do when they're throwing 95 inside.
Right.
Instead of a clock,
Exactly.
they do the shot collar too. Like if the batter's standing outside the box, he's got 8 seconds to get back in or something, and then
I wish they would go to now for Ohio high school baseball. This was a rule when I played in '96. It might still be a rule now. You could not step out of the batter's box during an at bat unless you called time. You took a foot out of the box, strike. They would call
I
strike
see.
on you.
Okay. No shit. Uh-huh.
Yep. So you kept the foot in the box. You turned to your base coach, third base coach, and you stepped right back in. There was none of this adjusting, and keep a foot in the freaking batter's box. We don't need to see you do the freaking adjusting the batting gloves and all that crap.
Yeah.
Get the sign and get in.
I don't mind that rule. I don't mind that.
I would
Nope.
love to see it in Major League Baseball, but
Now, what about
and the other part is
what was
that
I thinking? What the hell was I going to say?
And you can only throw over to first, I think, twice.
yeah.
At bat.
Yeah. Now, there was one rule I was thinking of they should change. Oh, what about the universal DH thing? What are they going to do about that?
They're going to keep
Have
it.
they?
You want to know
They're gonna
why?
keep it- They're going to keep it
Because
now.
essentially with the pitcher
Yeah.
hitting, you shorten a game to 8 innings. Because
Yeah.
the pitcher spot comes up 3 times and it's almost a guaranteed out every time. So
Yeah.
you shorten the game to 8 innings.
Right.
Also, people do not like when pitchers hit because usually it's either just a bunt or a strikeout.
Right.
Usually,
Yeah.
and it's like
What do you guys think
you
about that?
get a rally going, and all of a sudden the pitcher comes up, and unless you were Mike Hampton or Carlos Zambrano or
One of those really
Madison
good hitting
Bumgarner,
pitchers, yeah. Right. Yeah.
But then again,
I think it's all right.
I thoroughly enjoyed. In fact, one of my I tell this every time I come in. I go, one of my favorite things to do when I talk baseball with somebody is name obscure player here that has more home runs than Dwayne Kuiper. Like CC Sabathia literally has more home runs than Dwayne Kuiper. CC Sabathia has 3 home runs
A lot of pitchers
in his
do.
career.
Wow.
Yeah,
Bartolo Colon probably has more home runs than
no,
Dwayne
it's
Kuiper.
equal. One apiece.
One apiece.
One apiece.
That one
Wow.
in San Diego, was it?
Yep.
Of all
yep.
ballparks, for him to hit one, Petco.
Well, you hit it down the line too.
Yeah.
Two CC hit 2 out of his 3 were not cheapies. One was in Cincinnati. He hit it to straightaway center field.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the other one was in LA. He put it like deep into the bullpen.
Yeah. Bumgarner launched a couple too.
Yeah. But my favorite one, well, there's 2 good ones. The
Arrieta.
Rick Wise one that he hit 2 home runs while throwing a no-hitter. Always be one of my favorites.
Rick
He
Weiss.
did for the Phillies.
Yeah.
Hit 2 home runs and then threw a no-hitter in the same game.
Yeah, that was in 71.
Right. And then
And they had no offense that year.
and then
Right.
Robert Person hitting grand slam and a 3-run homer in the same game.
Oh yeah.
Let me see if I can pull up that. I know he had a grand slam. I think it was at home against Montreal. I must have searched for this before. 2002.
I remember 91.
Yeah, grand slam and a 3-run homer, and he missed another home run, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. 18-3. It was a Sunday game. Wow. and they only pitched 5 innings. Gee, go figure. Yeah, 10-run first inning. Pat Burrell had a 3-run homer and had 5 RBIs. Bobby Abreu had 4 RBIs, and Marlon Anderson had 3 runs scored. So, yeah.
What do you think? The cumulative pitcher batting average is about 160 something, probably.
The problem is it's a little skewed because they only hit once every 5 days,
Yeah.
usually.
But I mean, it's
So you
once
need
every
to
6 at bats probably that they get a hit.
Yeah, well, I mean, you also
Better than
figure
you
how many
think.
official at-bats do they get if they're bunting all the time?
Right. Not
That
many.
also skews the batting average. Like, okay, yeah, you've got this many sacrifice bunts, but, usually if there's a runner on, move them over.
Yeah.
So unless you were Mike Hampton, though, all right, Mike, we'll let you hit. Yeah, his 2002 season was ridiculous. He had 7 home runs that year.
7?
I think that was
Who hit 7?
I think Mike Hampton did one year.
Oh, that could be. Was he a Rocky that year?
No, I think it was an
Astro?
might have been an Astro that year.
Hmm.
My team.
Sutcliffe hit a few home runs.
Yeah. Okay. Batting in. Oh, that was what he was with the Rockies. This was 2001. Batted 274. No, sorry. Batted 291. Had 7 homers, 2 doubles, and had 16 RBIs.
Not bad.
Yeah. In 7 home runs and 42 at bats, or 42 games. So 7 home runs in 79 plate appearances, or in 86 plate appearances.
I
Wow.
wonder if that game where Hideo Nomo pitched the no hitter in Colorado, if he was thinking, there's no need to worry here because there's no way I'm going to pitch a no hitter. I know I'm going to give up a hit now. Oh, I know it's going to come now, and then just keep every guy, and he keeps getting them out, and it's like
I want to say
Damn.
somebody recently got within 1 out of a no hitter in Colorado.
who was that?
I don't remember. I know, like Ubaldo Jimenez I know it's Jason. Like one of the Jimenez's in like '98 had a no hitter against the Braves.
Ubaldo?
No, it's Jose Jimenez, I think.
Jose?
Yeah. So, yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna get going.
All
All right, Tim. Take care, man.
right.
All right.
Bye. I'm gonna get going too. Bye.
All right.
See you later, Keith. I hope you feel better, buddy.
Thanks.
Bye bye.